Hello, Brown women's soccer fans, and welcome to Bear Chats. My name is Scott Cordischi. Glad you could join us here for another edition of Bear Chats. We're happy to be joined today by a member of the Brown women's soccer program from the class of 2014, MC Barrett. MC, how are you?
I'm doing well, Scott. Nice to be on with you.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's great to have you. And as a former member of the Brown women's soccer program, you must be real proud of what this team accomplished last year.
Oh my gosh, what an awesome season. I mean, certainly as an alum, and even if you're just a soccer fan, I think the stats they were able to put up, the way the team was able to play offensively, defensively, it was a fantastic season. I know even though there's the pause this fall, I think we're all really optimistic that this is just the start of a lot of similar seasons to come.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. And as a former goalkeeper yourself, you had to be impressed with the season that Kayla Thompson had between the pipes.
Oh man, she was fantastic. I think, especially as you get to postseason, goalkeeping is so important. And she had nerves of steel. So it's just really, really great to see her shine. And especially as a transfer, I think that's awesome that other athletes can know that they can come to Brown and they can flourish athletically as well as academically.
You know, as a terrific player yourself and goalkeeper and a former member of this program, what do you remember most? Do you have any particular fond memories of being a member of the Brown women's soccer program in your years here?
I have a lot of very fond memories, many of which probably shouldn't be shared on Zoom or social media. No, I mean, obviously some games stand out, but it really is like all the practices with my teammates, all the times in the training room with my teammates. And we averaged like 3 hours a day in the V-dub. So those are the things that are kind of most vivid now, but I have nothing but great memories of being a member of Brown women's soccer and just really fortunate for those 4 years.
So Ivy League athletics runs in the Barrett family, right? Your dad was a lacrosse player at Princeton. Your mom played field hockey and lacrosse at Princeton, and your sister also played soccer at Cornell. So I guess you guys kind of had the Ivy League and Ivy League athletics covered.
A little bit. Mom was definitely the best athlete. I think being a two-sport takes the cake. But no, as soon as it was a Brown game, once I was on the team, there was no question who they were cheering for, whether it was against Princeton or even Cornell. They knew that it was Go Bruno all day.
You know, you wonder if last year's trip, the women's soccer team went to France for the World Cup, and you wonder if that in any way, shape, or form maybe inspired them to have the type of season that they had. But I know what great memories the team had of that trip to France, and you work for U.S. Soccer. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, so I just recently started with U.S. Soccer, so I was just a fan for the last summer in France, like everyone else, which just incredible to watch the success the team had and the ripple effects that tournament had, both in the U.S. and overseas. But yeah, so I was fortunate enough this March, kind of as the pandemic was picking up, I started a new job working for the U.S. Soccer Federation out of the headquarters in Chicago. I work as the content manager for the women's national team. So I'll now be in charge of overseeing all the content, from social media to our video series, podcasts, that you see about the team. The plan was 2020 was going to be documenting our hopeful Olympic run that would end in gold. That's just on pause for a little bit, but the plans are still there, and I'm just really excited to help tell the story of one of the most influential teams in the world.
Well, it sounds like a super exciting job, and congratulations to you. I'm curious, as someone who's played the sport your whole life, and now you're on the inside, you work for U.S. Women's Soccer. What is it that has made the United States really the preeminent power in women's soccer throughout the world?
I don't know if I know the secret sauce for sure, and even if I did, I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. But I think anyone would tell you watching this team, and you can certainly find countless interviews. I think the American mentality has always set this team apart. I think a willingness to do whatever it takes and to never accept failure. It's one of the most competitive environments from match day to just training, and I think these are women who are the best in the world, but they're not resting on those laurels, and they're going to do whatever it takes to remain, on top of the mountain, which is a hard place to be. But I think they've proven that if anyone can do it, it's this group.
Yeah, and I think it starts at the youth level in this country. I really do. I just think, youth soccer on up, and you played it collegiately, you know how competitive it is at the NCAA level as well. And it's great to see U.S. soccer, U.S. women's soccer dominate the way that they do.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think one of the exciting things about this past summer in France and even now is not just the success the US and our American players are having, but you look at the way other countries are coming along and pouring real money into the game. Countries like England, France, the Netherlands that have such rich traditions on the men's side are finally investing real dollars in the women's side, and you're seeing the effects. And I mean, like you said, even down at the youth level, certainly at the collegiate level, it's no longer North Carolina is running away with the title every year. There's a lot of parity. You're seeing, Browns cracking the top 25 and staying there. So I think there's a lot of options for really good players now. You no longer have to be the top 20 in the country. You can play and have a successful professional career, certainly a successful collegiate career, a lot of places now, which is just awesome for the game.
Well, MC, congratulations once again on your new position with U.S. Women's Soccer. And thank you for joining us on Bear Chats today.
Thanks for having me, Scott. Go Bruno.